And welcome back everybody to Let's Play Super Metroid. In the last episode, we got the Ice Beam, and we got the Power Bombs, which basically is a screen nuke. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing a lot of cleanup. Yeah, you're probably wondering, this early in the game already? Yeah, since we took a detour back to Criteria, we're going to be starting our segment where we're going to be doing a lot of cleanup. We got a power bomb expansion on the other side of this room, as you can indicate it on the map here. On the other side of this the landing area, we got a power bomb expansion using diagonal speed booster. Thing is though, like the other one, there's a pickup right here in this wall here, and it's kind of hard to do, but you can kind of speed booster into it. But I like to do it this way. I usually use a shine spark, if I can get the angle right here. I gotta be careful here. I gotta use a shine spark and kind of get the angle upwards like this, and I kind of like crash into this wall here, and I fall all the way down, and I land in this little nook, and then I use a power bomb here, and then I use a wall jumping to come up, or not wall jumping, but jump up in this area. As you can see, I kind of revealed a hole here. You can shine spark into this wall from the other side, but I can't do it for the life of me. So I find it easier doing it that way. We're gonna go through this room. This room in particular is kind of a pain in the butt. This is probably my least favorite pickups to get in the entire game because it involves acid. Acid is kind of deadly in Super Metroid. You wouldn't think it would be, but these grabber enemies really are kind of a pain in the nuisance, and you kind of have to have power bombs, you know, set all the time, and kind of like get screen nuke the area real quick because there's blocks blocking your path. There's blocks blocking your path the entire way. So we're gonna be kind of clearing them out with power bombs. I'm gonna go ahead and put up a warning because, well, putting a lot of power bombs is kind of seizure-inducing, and I don't want to do that. There's a lot of flashing lights here, and I just kind of want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a warning up here. I'm going to be power bombing a lot, but as soon as you cross this room, you get a free E-tank. So that's nice, especially after going through all that muck and nasty acid. We're going to have to do this again. I'm going to go ahead and use this here because there's a little hole right there, and we're going to keep going this way. Again, we have to kind of just watch the flow of the acid as we navigate through this room here. I'm going to be using quite a bit of power bombs. And if I mess this up, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be kind of upset. But if I mess it up, I have to go through this path essentially twice. And you'll understand why if you do that. I'm going to be honest with you. What I'm going to do is kind of a speed run tactic of getting these expansions. I'm going to try to jump out of the acid best I can. Get rid of all those things. Okay, gotta get rid of you, dude. I don't want you grabbing me. You grabbers. But as soon as you come in here, I'm going to place another power bomb. That reveals this thing here. Okay, so, long story short, there are crumbly blocks right here. And where you land on the crumbly blocks determines which of the expansions you get. There's two expansions, one on the right side, one on the left side, and one on the right side. And if you do it right, if you land on the crumbly blocks, you can get it in one go. But if you do it wrong, well, you're gonna have to go through this whole segment with the thing again. So you might have to go ahead and recharge your ship before you do it. So I'm gonna do that. I screwed it up. I knew I did. You have to land on both of them perfectly. If you land on both of them perfectly, you can get it right. But I knew I was going to screw it up because it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, you have to land on both of the crumbly blocks perfectly to kind of make them go away, and you'll have access. And if you shoot the walls, you can access both of the missile expansions. So guess what I have to do again? But that's okay. I'm gonna go back to the ship, and then I'll just cut until we get that. Where this leads, it leads us back into the room right before the statue that has all the giant bosses in here with the space pirates. So this is just, you know, outside of the room that we were just in. We just kind of have to boost our way through here again now. And this is kind of like the beginning area of Criteria. I'm going to go ahead and deselect Mr. Bombs. I don't want to keep using power bombs, but I don't have to. But yeah, we're just going to go back to our ship. And once we get back to the ship, I'm just going to be cutting until I get to the other one. Like I said before, if you do it right, you can get both expansions pretty easily. But if you don't do it right, well, you're going to have to do it again if you want to get both of them. I recharge my ship, and I'll see you guys back at the other one. See, that's what you were supposed to do. I'm kind of glad I did it the second go around. But that's essentially what you're supposed to do to get both of them at the same time and not have to do a return trip. I unfortunately didn't do it the first time, but that's essentially what you have to do. You have to land right in the smack middle of these things and then shoot on both ends of the wall while you're going down. And I could just jump over to get the other one, as you can see. So that's essentially what you have to do in order to get both of those missile tanks without having to do the return trip. If you're planning a speed run, might I suggest trying to do that trick, because my gosh, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Before we go any further and continue our return trip, we're gonna take a dip back into Turian, like old Turian, like at the beginning of the game Turian. Yeah, we're gonna go back into the ruins where Mother Brain used to be again, because there's some other things that we could have picked up. And honestly, when I did my practice run, I'm going to tell you in a little secret here in a second, but I kind of figured the way I route this run, I know it's a lot different than everybody else. With how open-ended this game is, you can essentially do all the stuff that I'm doing right now whenever you want to do it. It's just whenever you get the abilities, and how you get the abilities is kind of what determines when you can really do this. First and foremost, let's go back into the room where Mother Brain used to be, and we're greeted with a space pirate. Right here where Mother Brain used to be, if you bomb, is it bomb? Or, I can't remember. I'm just gonna go ahead and power bomb. I know I used them a lot. There we go. If you bomb this area right here, and you come down here, there is a free missile tank down here. You can get this missile tank as soon as you get bombs. And I'm not joking. If you take a quick detour back here, you can get this missile tank right as soon as you get bombs, right at the beginning of the game. So if you want an extra 5 missiles right at the beginning of the game, that's kind of an easy way to do it. But, I mean, you have to kind of backtrack into this area, and I don't know, like, not a lot of people have the patience to go back into an area they just were at. But if you want to do it, you can. Now, the second thing is right here, this wall. If you use a power bomb here, you kind of blow up this area right here. And I gotta use another power bomb. My gosh, I'm going through my power bombs pretty quickly. But if you come over here, you'll come into this room, and be careful before you do it. You're gonna aim at these squigglies real quick, or these jellies here, and kind of freeze all of them without them moving. You don't want them moving at all. Kind of refreeze them, because you're gonna be setting up for a shine spark. I said setting up for a shine spark. Dang it. I have to wait until he jumps back. Come on, unfreeze, unthaw. There you go. Alright. You kind of just want to get these guys before they jump. Okay, there we go. And kind of make a path. We're going to go ahead and... Jellies, can you just stop being jumpy? Let's set up for a shine spark. There we go. Okay, as soon as we do shine spark up, and you get yourself our next super missile tank. We haven't gotten the super missile tank since we got the super missiles, so that's the nice change of pace. So now we can come through here, and as you can see right here, we kind of need the old thing in order to do so, and we need another upgrade in order to do so. We're kind of trapped right here. But you can kind of damage boost your way through the spikes. I know it's going to take a lot of damage, but it's not that bad. You can just damage boost here. I've got reserve tanks, so I'm not too worried about dying. I'm kind of low on energy, but I can stop at my ship real quick. we're going to go ahead and bomb through here. And that's pretty much it for Old Turian. There's a couple of things, like I said, that you can pick up now that you have the abilities to do so. The only ability we didn't have is we gotta get out of that last room, but really, when we get that upgrade, and I'll tell you about it, honestly, that upgrade's kind of negligible. It's kind of an important upgrade, but in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of negligible with how many mechanics Super Metroid has introduced with how to sequence break and everything. It's not really like that important when you play it so many times. But now that we're done with that, we're gonna take a quick trip down to Green Brinstar. Or yeah, we're going back to Green Brinstar because there's a few things we can other access to us now. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of some of the things here. And these space pirates are conveniently dropping me power bombs, which is really nice because I really need these power bombs. Give me another power bomb. I'd like to see it. You love to see it. I guess I could have stopped at my ship, but oh well. I can come down here and farm off these dudes. There we go. And farm off these things. Come on, go ahead, give me more power bombs. You know you want to. There we go. Got some more. I got 7. That should be good for right now. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Green Brinstar. There was a couple rooms we couldn't really access because either it was locked by a different colored door, it was blocked by a block, we couldn't go through the ability, but now we kind of have most of the abilities that we can get most of the things here in Green Brinstar. Our first form of attack is through this door here, right here. Now that we have Speed Booster, we won't have problems with this upgrade right here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get another power bomb tank. Give me a power bomb. I guess not. Oh, no, I got one. Okay, so now that we have Speed Booster, we can safely come over here like that and get over these crumbly blocks before the gates come down. But before you go through this door, shoot up here, and there is gonna be glider enemies here, kind of greeting you on the way down here, bouncing off the walls and whatnot. There are gonna be hoppers everywhere. We're gonna shoot them. More gliders. And then we're gonna be greeted with a super missile tank. We got 2 super missile tanks in this episode already. And that won't be the last of them. And you're gonna drop right back down. We're gonna have to redo this room again in order to reset the puzzle. So let's go ahead and do that. Like I said before at the beginning of the game, you can use a technique speedrunners called Mock Ball, which allows you to keep your momentum when you're sprinting while you're Morph Ball form. And you can that was the super missile tank you can get early, but basically bypassing the Spore boss altogether. You don't have to fight him if you're doing a speed run. But inside this room is our second reserve tank. So now, if we fill it all the way up, we'll have two energy tanks worth of stuff. But that ain't the only thing in here. We come over here, bada bing, bada boom. There's a missile expansion. But wait, kids, there's more. If you go ahead and shoot this, you see that there's a missile tank right there. If you use a power bomb, you can get yourself a second missile tank right behind the other one. It's like Christmas. Like Roland says from Borderlands, it's like Christmas. Giving you expansion. You get expansion. I get expansion. We all get expansions. Really didn't mean to use a power bomb there, but that's okay. I can't go through that way. I'm gonna have to go through that way with the super missiles. But yeah, there's like 3 things right in those like span of like 2 rooms, and that's kind of fun. It's kind of ridiculous when you really think about it. All right, so we're gonna come down here, and our next form of attack is we're going to go through this block right here. Now that we got power bombs, we can blow up this stuff here. And this will take us down even further down in Green Brinstar. There is a locked door right there. We can't open it. That's actually just a one-way door. We have to exit out of it. So we gotta come down here and be very careful in this next room. Well, not this room. Sorry. My brain's just fried. It's the next room over. You gotta kill all these frog enemies. Actually, you don't have to do that. And there was a power bomb expansion upgrade there. Okay, this room. This room's kind of really painful. And I know comments of the video are probably gonna tell me, well, you could use an upgrade that you get later to kind of be careful about it. Yeah, but I don't really care about that upgrade. Okay, so get your foot as close to the edge over here on this block, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away. So have Samus's foot, that's right, actually, I think it's 6. Like, oh, no, that wasn't it, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, there's like a hidden floor down there. We're gonna have to get it on the return trip, but that's fine. I knew that was gonna happen. There's a save station right here if you need to use it. That's okay. I knew that was gonna happen. It's a recording curse, I tell you, man. Every time, I can get it every time when I'm playing the game normally, but once the record button's on, I play like a 5-year-old. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump over here, because there's a couple of things. We're gonna have to come get that E-tank on a return trip. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze these stupid frog enemies and jump over here and try to avoid spikes. Don't like spikes. Not Mega Man. But we're introduced to our friends, the Etecoons. These guys actually teach you how to wall jump. This is the cool little interactable tutorial that this game really does a good job for. These little creatures right here in this room, if you go out of your way to find it, these guys teach you how to wall jump and how, like, what you can do. And that's one thing that I really love about this game is these little secret areas where these little animals right here teach you how to wall jump and everything. Like, they're kind of showing you, hey, you can do this. But if you do that, you can kind of jump and wall jump and then go into Morph Ball. And if you shoot this, there's a power bomb expansion right here. But yeah, those are the Etecoons. I love these little guys. The Etecoons are really cool. And one thing, when you listen to them whenever you enter the room here, I'm going to go ahead and reset the room because I think this is a cool little Easter egg. I want you guys to listen to their chatter whenever they come out. If you listen closely, the little chant that they have when they're greeting you is the item jingle from this game. That da na 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 na. And I always thought that was a cool little Easter egg. But anyways, that was the one-way door I was talking about. Now we're gonna go ahead and try again with this stupid freaking E-tank. I kind of, like I said, I know comments are gonna be like, you can have an upgrade and you don't have to worry about this to allow you to see hidden items. Yeah, but I'm stubborn. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it now. Okay, so it's 5 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the edge of this block here, and you jump very close, you can get this energy tank. Yeah, it's like 5 blocks away from where the energy tank is sitting, is the pit. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna go ahead and open this door with a super missile, and inside is yet another upgrade. It's another super missile expansion. Like I said, we're cleaning house today, buddy. Yeah, I'm stubborn. I know that there's an upgrade that you can use to reveal hidden blocks, hidden paths, and everything. But like I said, I'm stubborn. So I'm gonna go ahead and be very careful. Try to jump. Yeah, I knew it was gonna fall down. Alright, so I'm gonna go around again and meet the Etecoons again. And I'll see you guys out that one-way door. Alright, now that we're out of that one-way door, we can jump back up and come out the way we came. We're gonna have to use a power bomb to get out of here, but that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna continue on this way because there's yet another animal that we can meet. Yeah, we're just gonna meet the second one all together. Okay, so if you come over here and keep speed boostering through this, you'll notice that there was a speed booster block right here, and you fall all the way down, you're like, ah, I didn't see there was a speed booster. But there's another animal friend down here. This is a Dachoras. Or Dachoras. I don't know how you say this in an animal's name. But he shows you how to... actually, I think it's a she, because in Fusion it's revealed that she's a mother. Sorry. But... yeah, if you just let him, you follow him with a speed booster, she'll show you how to shine spark. And that's kind of cool. There's really nothing on the other end. All the other end is just a recharge room, just in case you get stuck down there. But yeah, that's kind of cool, because this is kind of a beginner's trap whenever you have speed booster. And the little Dachoras bird will show you how to use a shine spark to get out. And I really think that's cool. And that's really cool interactive, you know, tutorials that this game has that I really do appreciate. I really like that. I like that they have those interactable tutorials. Now, back here in this big room in Green Brinstar, there is a couple other things that we could do besides this, getting a missile tank early. If you come down here and you bomb this wall, you'll notice, hey, there's a power bomb block here. Let's go ahead and power bomb this. And if you very carefully, I mean very carefully, bomb yourself upwards into the hole here. There's a door here. There's a secret door right here. And there's a big old hopper right here. Gotta kill him. Gotta kill him fast. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the big old hopper. Get out of here, buddy. I don't like you. Okay, so if you come over here and use a power bomb, reveal nothing. No, you're right. I forgot. I said you're right. I wasn't even talking to you. My bad. There's a super missile block right here. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't even say that. There's a super missile block down here. It reveals a power bomb expansion. But you're probably wondering, well, how do I get out of here? Well, if you use bomb here, actually, I think I activated the pipe here. I think if we pop power bomb, it goes up here, and we can kind of weigh our way out this way, and then bomb our way up. There we go, and that'll just lead us back into the big room right here. That's where that door leads from. But that's not the only thing that we can do. We come over here and we can go and get this door right here. This yellow door that we hadn't accessed before. But now we can. This is yet another instance of that ability that I mentioned before that you kind of need. Because you need the ability to grab onto that block, but you don't need it. You can wall jump and shoot that wall here with the wave beam. When you have wave beam, you can go ahead and get this, or if you have it early like I showed you, you can go ahead and shoot that and it'll activate. If you come down here, we can come over here this way. Normally you're supposed to have that other ability I mentioned before, but there's an E-tank right here. So we got like, what, 3 E-tanks in this episode? It's like crazy. But I don't think that's the last of it in this room, if I remember correctly. Nope, I guess it was. Never mind. I always think that these rooms, sometimes they meld together and I can't remember which one has the secrets in them. But yeah, that's all that's in here. You don't need to have that ability that I mentioned before. Like I said, Super Metroid's mechanics with the floaty wall jumps really kind of come in handy a lot of the times. You can get a lot of expansions early. But that's pretty much, yeah. There's another thing down here, and that's where we got the charge beam. We can use a power bomb here to reveal this thing, but one thing I will be mentioning, if you come down this way after you do that and open the door with missiles, and you come all the way down here, you'll notice, oh, there's water. Thing is with Samus, she can't really sprint in water. And she can't activate speed booster in water. So this is going to be one of those things we're going to have to come back for. We don't have an ability to make it so that Samus can move freely in water yet. So we're going to get that later. So we're going to be, just keep in mind that this exists right here. We're going to be doing a couple mop-ups last of Brinstar once we have all our abilities. So just keep that in mind. There's only going to be like 2 things that we still need abilities for, but that's okay. And I'll be showing one of them off here in just a second. But we keep on going down Green Brinstar. We can access this room over here that we couldn't before. There was a yellow door behind here. Let's go ahead and bomb it open. Inside, this actually takes us back to Brinstar. Like this is still Criteria, I think. No, this is Brinstar, but this is the area where we got the Morph Ball right at the beginning of the game. And if you power bomb this wall here, it'll give you a free power bomb expansion. That's always appreciated. But most importantly, if you power bomb this thing, this will lead you back to where you got the Morph Ball. Yeah, and there's actually another thing that we can get with more abilities. Namely, 1, you can actually get this again. I do believe when you get bombs. So if you get bombs, you can come and get this early. But like I said, it's way out of your way. If you come down into this room, past the missile, the room where we got our first missile expansion, kill these enemies, you'll notice there's an E-Tank up here. With high jump, you can get this E-Tank up here. I love how the block faded right before I can get it. But if you have bombs, you can shoot this block right here and do something called a bomb jump. Bomb jumping is very precise in Super Metroid with how floaty the controls are. Bomb jumping is activated by putting a bomb down and putting another bomb down right before it explodes, and then gradually, while you're descending downwards, you keep placing bombs on your descent downwards. Alright, hold on a second. I think that's how you do it. So because the second bomb will kind of propel you upwards. I'm not very good at this bomb jump, by the way, but you're gonna have to know how to do it later. I just did it earlier. That's how you do it. Man, whenever you ask me to do something after I just practice it, I get stage fright, I guess. But yeah, you could use bomb jumping in order to do that. Bomb jumping is a way you can kind of propel yourself upwards real easily, and it just takes a rhythm to do so. There's going to be an expansion here in a second we're going to be getting that I kind of need to know how to bomb jump in order to do so, because we don't have the ability to jump it as a ball yet. Yeah, we're going to be getting an ability later that requires us to jump as a ball, but, well, we don't have that. There's another expansion in this room. I should mention this because, well, we're going to be coming back to this room here in a second. I know I'm doing a lot of pacing back and forth, but that's okay. I'm trying to explain things. In this room here, there is another thing that you can get, and it's dealing with this rocks right here. If you use a power bomb here, and then use a speed booster, or a speed shine spark right here, besides hitting your head against one pixel. Do it again, do it again. There we go. Okay. Shine sparking. Ah! There we go. That's what I was trying to do, get it off at 1 pixel. But yeah, if you come over here, there's a secret room up here. And again, this has water in it. And we can't really, if you look closely, there's going to be invisible platforms right here. But I can't for the life of me get up there. So we're gonna have to come back to this room later with an upgrade in order to do this room properly. But I just wanted to let you guys know that that exists. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna be coming back to this room later. Okay, so we got most of the stuff here in Brinstar. I think we got one more thing in our mop-up trip to do real quick, and I'm gonna go get it. And that's on the way to Crade, of all places. Yeah, we're gonna be kind of going back to Kraid, because we kind of have to go back to Norfair now with now with all the stuff that we have in our tow with all our upgrades and whatnot. We didn't really get upgrades in this episode, and I know it's kind of it was kind of just mostly getting things, but I mostly wanted to show off cool things like, you know, the Etecoons and the Dachoras tutorials, showing you how to use wall jumpings and shine sparks. I always thought that was the coolest thing about Super Metroid, having little things with the animals, because they kind of show you secret abilities that, you know, the game devs put in this game and wanted players to learn how to do it, but it was kind of one of those things of the 90s where, oh yeah, I learned how to do this. Oh, how do you do that? I've never seen that before. You know, it's like saying the schoolyard discussion. That was one thing I loved about games in the 90s, because they brought up rumors and stuff like, oh, I didn't know you could do that, and stuff like that. And, you know, gaming nowadays doesn't really have that anymore. You can't really do that in particular. Like, everybody knows because everything's on the internet now. And that's one thing I really hate about gaming nowadays. It's not like I hate gaming in general nowadays. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and open this door just so I don't have to later. But we don't have an upgrade yet. We're gonna come back to this room later. I'm gonna go ahead and place another power bomb to get out of here. There we go. But anyways, like that's one thing I really just I guess I miss more than anything from the 90s is how games were like talked about with kids and everything. Like the whole thing with Mew under the truck and Pokemon Red and everything, it sparked rumors about how games were and Missing No and whatnot. I miss stuff like that, and the Etecoons and Dachoras always kind of just reminded me of like little cool things that you could find in the game that you could always tell your friends about, especially like in Link to the Past, about how to defeat certain bosses and get certain items and heart pieces and whatnot. Like that was stuff that you talked about with your friends at school, and kids don't do that anymore. They got the internet, you know. Why does it matter? You got the internet now. Everything is not a secret anymore. By the way, we're gonna be coming. I know you're probably saying I have power bombs, I could do that, but yeah, we're gonna come back to it later. In that room with the tube, we can do something with the power bombs, but I'm gonna come back to it later when we actually need to go to it. So just keep that in mind for later. I kind of do a lot of things out of order, and I know there's a couple things I could sequence. I already sequence broke a lot in this game, but I don't want to sequence break everything. I just like it, like the way I play. And I know it's not the fastest. I know it's not trying anything, but this is a Let's Play. I'm not trying to speedrun it, you know? I know this game's been sped run to death in general, but it is what it is. But here in this room, there is one thing in this room that I kind of alluded to when we were in here, and that is with the power bomb. If we go ahead and use the power bomb here, you'll notice, hey, there's missile expansion right there, but you kind of have to jump as a ball in order to get it, because Samus can't fit through that hole there. So this is where I was talking about using bomb jumping would really help. I'm gonna try to do it because apparently I can't do it under pressure. There we go. Okay, maybe not too bad, but yeah, that's how you get this expansion. You can come back later when you have the ability to jump as a ball, but that's gonna be really late game, and I'd rather not do that. So we're gonna go grab it now. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and I think I got everything that I want in Green Brinstar and everything. And just Brinstar in general. And we went and got a couple things in Criteria as well. So we got a lot of upgrades. We got a lot of expansions in this episode. So now we're going to head back down to Norfair to go to our next thing. And we're going to probably start the next episode with like that. So going back to Norfair, because it's no fair that I have to go to this place when it's hot and nobody wants to be here. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a yellow door there, and we can actually open it with the power bombs now that we have it. That's the way we're supposed to go. But we're going to save that for the next episode. So the next episode of Let's Play Super Metroid, we're going to go beyond that yellow door. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.